What's good, beautiful people? It's your girl, Ashley Janae, and it's time for another Toolkit Tuesday. Thank you so much for stopping by, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. This is the place where we focus on self-mastery from a holistic approach. So everything from your health and wellness goals to how we program our subconscious mind and even your business aspirations, we have something for you. I offer you a few of the tips and tricks that I've learned on my journey to self-mastery because I know that they can help you 10x your life, 10x your business if you would just apply them. So once again, thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure you smash that like button and your post notifications are turned on so you don't miss a thing. This week, we are talking about measurement. How do we determine if we're being successful or not? I tell you guys all the time, success is in the steps. But sometimes we can get caught up in our everyday life and not really pay attention to if we're really focused in or on track with the goals that we set for ourselves. Now, it's May. Think about this. The year is halfway over. 2019, halfway gone. Literally, we're going into summer. How are you with the goals or the resolutions that you set for yourself in January? Where is your business idea? How many contracts have you acquired? How much weight have you lost? How much muscle mass have you gained? How consistent have you been with your new habits? These are things that we want to pay close attention to and monitor on a daily basis, because as we get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life, it's easy to lose track of those original goals that we set for ourselves. Now, a lot of you notice that in the summertime, we see the grass growing, people start planting flowers and things like that. But just like when you get a new flower, there's a little ticket that comes with it. It's stuffed inside the flower pot and it shows you how to care for your new plant and also when to prune it. Everything that grows requires a cutting back of some sort. It requires cutting off the dead pieces or cutting off the parts that are going to stunt your growth. Everything requires pruning. So that applies to us as well. Whether it's cutting off friends, whether it's cutting off habits, cutting off places that we're used to going to, whatever it is, if we don't pay close attention to what it is that we're trying to grow, we will miss the opportunities to properly care for it and properly prune it. So with us, this is the question that I pose to you. What have you overlooked that needs to be pruned in your life? Just we're looking at the last 6 months for 2019. What is it that you might have overlooked that needs to be pruned? What are the habits that you need to add in? Does your plant need more sunlight? Does your plant need more water? Are you overwatering it? True story, honestly, we had a succulent. I've never had a succulent before. And not only were we giving it too much water, but certain pots are made with holes at the bottom so that the water doesn't get caught inside at the bottom where the roots are. Now, we almost killed this plant. Not completely, but we almost did because one, it was in the wrong pot. And two, we were giving it way too much water. Part of that was because the plant was a gift and I didn't know it was a succulent. That's just not my area. But I had to take the time to learn about what it needed because I noticed that it was dying and I couldn't understand why. I said, I put it in the window. I gave it sunlight. What's the matter? Well, I had nothing to measure its progress, nothing to tell me this is what you have to do to take care of it so it can be at its optimal level. And a lot of times that happens with us. So I give you 3 specific areas that I want you to look at. Number 1, of course, your goals. What are the goals that you set for yourself? Whether it was at the top of the year or last week, it could have been 2 months ago. What are the goals that you set for yourself? And where are you on those goals? Was your goal going to be, okay, I'm going to get up and exercise every day or 3 or 4 days a week? Was it, I'm going to get up and make my bed every day? I'm going to eat better and make sure I get fresh vegetables into my diet every day? Was it, I'm going to make 20 new cold calls every single day to try to get customer acquisition? What were the goals that you set for yourself? Was it family time? Was it getting a new car, changing your finances? What was it? What were the goals that you set for yourself? When you think about that, I want you to then analyze, where am I on these goals? How many steps have I taken toward those goals? Remember, I tell you all the time, you don't have to have reached the goal yet. Success is in the steps. Are you being consistent? Okay, that's number one, the goals. Number two, I want you to analyze, where are you with complaining? It's a bad habit that a lot of us have, and some of us more than others. But each one of us are guilty of complaining from one experience to the next. You might not be the person that complains at your job, but are you the person that complains in traffic? Do you have a little bit of road rage? What is it that you might complain about? Is it about how the world is operating? Is it politics? Is it sports? What is it? I want you to focus on, how is my complaining level? Have I made progress from last year to this year? Have I even attempted to make progress? Is this something I even focus on? Am I even conscious of my complaining? Or do I do it so much that it's second nature? This is something that we have to take daily evaluation of. Do I complain? Because complaining plays a huge role in our subconscious programming. It plays a role not only in how we interact with others, but how we see ourselves, how we're able to control our emotions and bring ourselves to a place of calm and peace. So if you're easily triggered, if you easily will talk for hours or fly off the handle because of someone else's actions, you're being controlled. And that's a big part in measuring growth. How do I control my emotions? How do I identify and evaluate those emotions? That's number two. And number three, last but certainly not least, I want you to measure your level of gratefulness. And not just on a theoretical level when you say, oh yeah, I'm grateful, but how do you practice gratefulness in your everyday routine? What does gratefulness look like to you? Is it just, I say a quick prayer in the morning or before I eat, or I say thank you when someone holds the door open? What does gratefulness look like for you? And more importantly, how has your gratefulness increased? On our road of growth and elevation, gratefulness is an integral part of the process. And as your gratefulness elevates, that complaining will naturally decrease. Your goals will start to be met because you're grateful not only for the time that you have or the resources that you have, you're grateful for the opportunity to live life at its fullest. And that's what we want to do. A lot of times, the unfortunate reality is sometimes we wait until we're in a bind or we have health issues or we might lose someone to recognize how precious life really is. And then we become grateful. And once that gratefulness kicks in, we live at our fullest potential. We just celebrated Mother's Day, and shout out to all the mothers out there. I'm glad that you have people in your life, if you do, that will celebrate you. But don't wait to celebrate people in your life until a special occasion. The same thing with your growth and your gratefulness. Don't wait till something bad happens or you have a near miss for you to recognize how many awesome, amazing things that you have in your life that you could be grateful for. So these are the three areas I want you to focus on. Get really laser focused in these three areas: your goals, your complaining, and your gratefulness. When you focus on these three key areas, elevation comes natural. Okay? Make sure that you don't quit on yourself. Just because you set a goal and you feel like, man, I fell off track, or man, I'll just start again next year. Don't feel like that. It's never too late. Right now, we're still in the middle of our 28-day holistic detox, and you can jump on board if you want to. But in that very first video, one of the very first things I said, one of the keys to doing this detox was do not quit because you slip. A lot of times our mind will tell us, I've already messed up, So I might as well keep messing up, or I might as well start later. And you don't want to get caught in that trap. We have to break that cycle. And that's the first step to habit change. We know that sometimes we'll slip into old habits, but layered within those habits is our habit of giving up on ourselves just because we didn't do it perfectly. So I don't want you to give up on your goals or working on your gratitude or your complaining level just because you feel like, well, it's already what it is, or I've already messed up. Listen, you start right now. You got this. You can do it. Okay? So I want you to measure your progress and measure your steps. Success is in the steps. That's what we're focused on for this Toolkit Tuesday. That's something that you can stick in your tool bag, throw it in the car, and take it with you everywhere you go. Something so simple, but yet so profound in your journey of self-mastery. That's it for this week. Let me know, how have these tools been working out for you, and which one of these tools do you know you really need to work on? How is your gratitude? How is your complaining level? Where are you with your goals? Let me know in the comment section below. You know I will definitely respond. I respond to each and every one of my comments. I see them and I appreciate them. So thank you for everyone that reaches out to me and just jumps in on the conversation. Make sure you share this video with at least 2 people. Let them know, listen, we need to get focused. We have half the year left, and we're going to make the last half of the year the best half of the year, and you can do it too. Thanks so much for watching, family. I appreciate you. Make sure you smash that like button, turn on your post notifications, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Did you know I picked out a video just for you? Really, I did. I put it right here. Click it. Click it right now so you can check it out. Just for you.